It was supposed to be a normal labor. My contractions started mid-evening, sharp, rhythmic, coming every few minutes. I'd done this before. I knew the signs. I called the hospital, told them I was coming, packed the bag I'd kept ready for weeks, and got in the car. Alone. The streets were almost empty. A drizzle had started, making the road slick. I remember one street light flickering as I drove past it, ominous, like something out of a movie. The pain began to intensify. By the time I reached the hospital, I was gripping the steering wheel so tightly I thought I'd break it. But what I didn't know, what I could never have predicted, was that I wasn't going to make it inside. I pulled up to the emergency entrance, my hazard lights flashing. I honked the horn. Once. Twice. Then laid on it. The glass doors stood shut. No one came out. I saw people moving inside. A nurse walking past, a security guard sipping from a thermos. They glanced at me, and then kept walking. I rolled down the window and shouted, "I'm in labor. Please, help." A man in scrubs looked at me, then turned away like he didn't hear. And that's when I knew, I was on my. I stepped out of the car, barefoot, because I couldn't find my slippers in the panic, and stumbled toward the doors. I remember the biting cold of the pavement, and the way each step triggered another contraction. I reached the entrance, pounded on the glass. Nothing. The sliding doors didn't open. Maybe they were locked from that side. Maybe they disabled them after hours. I waved at the camera. I shouted again. "Please. I'm having a baby. Please." Still nothing. My legs buckled. I leaned against the side of the building, one arm gripping my belly, the other pressed against the wall. I screamed, not just from pain, but from betrayal. This wasn't some roadside clinic. This was a hospital. They were supposed to help. But to them, I was a woman screaming in the dark. Just another problem. The next contraction knocked the air out of my lungs. My water broke. Right there, soaking through my clothes and the pavement beneath me. There was no more time. My body had made the decision for me. I crawled, yes, crawled, back to the car, dragging my bag from the passenger seat. I tore it open with shaking hands, searching for anything I could use. A towel. A bottle of water. My phone. 1% battery. I called 911. I barely got the words out. Giving birth. Parking lot. No one helping. Then the line went dead. I laid down on the back seat, one leg still half out the open door. My hoodie became a pillow. My coat became a blanket. And under that yellow streetlight, with no doctors, no nurses, and no dignity, I delivered my child. I don't remember the scream. Just the rush of heat. The split of pain. And then, crying. Sharp. Beautiful. Alive. She was here. I held her to my chest, wrapped in my coat. She was so tiny. So perfect. Her fingers curled around mine. And I cried. Not from pain, but from love. From exhaustion. From relief. And still, no one came. I don't know how long I lay there, cradling her, whispering soft apologies and prayers. My clothes were soaked. My legs were numb. The baby was warm, but I was starting to shiver. That's when a janitor came out. He froze when he saw me, bleeding, crumpled, holding a newborn in the backseat of a car. He ran back inside. Within minutes, everyone came out. Nurses. Doctors. A wheelchair. Too late. They swarmed around me with fake concern, shouting orders like they hadn't ignored me for the last hour. A nurse said, "Why didn't you come in sooner?" I looked at her with everything I had left and said, "I tried." I was taken in, patched up, but the damage had been done. The hospital filed a report and tried to pretend nothing happened. But my sister? She didn't let it go. She'd arrived during the chaos and filmed everything. The blood-stained seat. The newborn in my arms. The locked glass doors. The video went viral within 48 hours. Women from across the country started sharing similar stories. Denied care. Judged for how they looked. For how they spoke. For their insurance. I wasn't alone. I was one of many. And suddenly, my pain had a purpose. I was invited to speak, first at local town halls, then national panels. I sat before policymakers and held up a photo of me and my daughter, taken the morning after she was born. "This is hope," I said. She was born outside a hospital because her mother wasn't worth opening a door for. Laws began to shift. Hospitals were forced to review triage procedures. Silent denials became a national conversation. It took everything in me to relive that night, but every time I saw another woman step forward with her story, I knew it mattered. 1 year later, I walked past that same hospital, holding hope in my arms. Healthy. Happy. Alive. And this time, when I look up at those glass doors, I don't see fear. I see fire. Because they may have left me outside. But they couldn't keep me silent.